I'm Arden Rose, and you're watching Adulting, where I teach you how to grow up your culinary game. Today, we're making grown-up mac and cheese. That's right, we're elevating the ever-loving shit out of one of my favorite meals of all time. And we're gonna make a mac and cheese that we deserve. Right now, I already have my pasta boiling away. It's almost done. And one thing that you should probably know if you're gonna make a pasta like this is your pasta matters. You want a thinner pasta for thinner sauce, and you want a thick, with like 3 C's, shell if you're gonna have a thicker sauce. And also, pasta, don't wanna overcook it. You want it to be al dente, which means toothiness in Italian. And it's called that because it should have a little bite. It should be just like slightly undercooked. And you want that because as we're adding sauce, sauce is gonna help cook it a little bit. So give it a firm spine. So first things first, we're going to go and strain it right now. Not only am I gonna strain it, I'm gonna rinse it too. I know, you're thinking, what are you doing? You lose all the delicious starchiness. It's unheard of, it's not Italian. Well, guess what? All of that starch is gonna make a big, gloopy, awful mess with our cheese sauce. So I'm gonna go and rinse our pasta. Don't kill me. Oh yeah. Let that strain for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get to work on my roux. That's what we gotta do, work on the roux. And if you don't know what a roux is, it's basically the base of a lot of delicious French sauces. So it's flour and a little butter, some spices. It's gonna be good. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. It's my roux. And I'm gonna turn this on to a low heat. And this is great because the pot is already a little warm from the pasta, so it makes things a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about that kind of like heating back up. And it's all in one pot, so you don't have to do anything. So easy. One way that we're really gonna elevate this grown-up mac and cheese, we're gonna make our own little spice blend for this. And I think one of like the powerhouses of this spice blend is mustard powder. And I know what you're thinking, mustard powder? I don't want mustard in my cheese. Well, you're wrong. We're gonna add this to add some tanginess, some bite, cut through all of that dairy so that you don't wanna sleep for the next 50 years. All right, so I'm gonna let that incorporate a little bit, and then we're gonna go in with our colorful little character, which is our paprika. Very fun name. We're gonna add some onion powder, just a teaspoon of that as well. And then the same goes for garlic. So we're gonna put a little garlic powder in there as well. The best thing about powdered products like onion and garlic powder is that it's like chopping all those vegetables and adding that flavor without actually having to do any of that. So as I'm adding all these different spices, what's happening is they're all acting as aromatics. They're getting toasty. So here, we're gonna test them with our schnoz. If it starts to smell like really floral and fragrant, you know you're on the right track. But make sure to check them pretty often because you do not want them to burn. Next up, we've got white pepper because I want this to be kind of unnoticeable, but also a little peppery. So I'm gonna add just a heaping teaspoon of that as well. And you've got all your spices in there ready to go. Now I'm gonna go grab some flour. Because what is a roux without flour? Nothing. I'm gonna take 3 tablespoons and pop them on in. Okay, so we've got our flour in there. I'm gonna just real quickly give that a little stir so all of that starts to incorporate really nicely. Once again, you really don't want your flour to burn. So incorporate quickly, and then we will get in to some milk. So this is where it gets a little technical. So now I'm just gonna incorporate just little bits of milk at a time, but you wanna make sure that you're not allowing any big clumps. And also you want your milk to be room temperature. If you do cold milk, it'll seize up and you'll get like hard clumps of flour, and you do not want that. This is fun. I'm sweating a lot. Your roux is like a small child. You can't leave it on its own. Just pay attention to it. Oh yeah, got no lumps in this bad boy. This is nice. Another aspect of growing up your cooking game is having the utensils that put you in the right frame of mind. How could you not take me seriously with this whisk in my hand? How could you not take me seriously? People take you seriously when you have this in your hand, or a knife. So this is starting to look good. You should feel some viscosity. So I'm gonna lower the temp a little bit. Don't want it to be too thick. And now we're gonna make it nice and thick with some Cheese, oh cheese, how you please me. You can't make mac and cheese without love and affection. No, cheese, you need cheese. And this is, sharp white cheddar. This is a pretty standard cheese, but because it's sharp, it adds some of that like real richness, and it'll accent well with our mustard powder that we added last time. Whoop, whoop. Oh my God. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, now, one thing that I always love is a little heat. Doesn't matter what I'm eating, I want everything to be spicy, even fruit. Tahini, that's the thing. This is pepper jack cheese. There's nothing more adult than really appreciating a pepper jack cheese. I hated this stuff when I was younger, and now I can't get enough. If I see this on a menu, like on a burger or something, it's going down. Okay, I put this in our mac and cheese. Ooh. These are both really, really creamy, melty cheeses with like high fat content. You don't really want something too aged because it might not incorporate well into your sauce. Be mindful of your child that you've birthed and now you've seen take its first steps. It's now reaching maturity. So I'm gonna give this one final whisk, but it's looking great. It's looking creamy, it's looking thick. This is a mature sauce for many reasons. So I'm gonna grab our pasta and incorporate it. I can't wait. So we've got our pasta, it's been strained and also washed, so there's not a lot of starch, but we're about to incorporate it in this delicious sauce. I'm gonna throw it all in, oh my God. And I'm going to quickly, just coat all of my noodles with this sauce. It's so satisfying. That is incorporating, so while that's happening and thickening up, I'm gonna grab our chives. Born to hand chives, baby. Ooh, chives. Ooh, they're so fresh and cold. I'm so hot. Feels nice. Adding color and texture and like a little crunch to this is a very adult thing to do. Let me tell you, when you're prioritizing how food looks and how it tastes at the same time, honey, that's being a self-conscious adult. Choo-choo. The chive train just came into town. Next up, I'm gonna go grab one more topping that I'm excited about, which is fried onions. Because who doesn't love fried onions? They're in a cute little ramekin too. Much like the chives, the fried onions are gonna add a different element to the mac and cheese because otherwise it would kind of be all one note, which is a delicious note, but I think adding a different texture is important in mac and cheese and it elevates things, it adds a different note. So we're gonna add a crunchy texture, we're gonna add a bright and also crunchy texture with the chives that will kind of help cut through a lot of the fat that this mac and cheese is going to provide for us. So let's plate it up. Oh, you dirty bastard. My weapon of choice. Oh, that sound. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've just done this. This is so deeply inappropriate. I can't believe you're seeing this right now. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that wiggle. Look at that fat. Oh. And now, because this is my mac and cheese and I get to do what I want, I'm gonna put a little bit of onions on. Hey, don't judge my portion size. I am a fully grown woman, okay? I need to support all this. I will be taking a nap after this. I like doing a little pinnacle, a little mountain of toppings. And then I'm going to add my chives. I'm speechless. What am I supposed to say? I've made a masterpiece and I get to eat it. Do you see this giant pot over here? This is called food forever. I'm never gonna get to the bottom of this pot. I can freeze it, reheat it later, eat it all week. Very excited about that. For now, I'm gonna eat this. Come to mama. Arden, you son of a bitch. You done it again. Now this is why my cholesterol's so high. Oh my God, that's so good. It really coats your tongue with flavor. And because we took the pasta off a little bit early to retain a lot of that al dente flavor, that little bit of bite, it got to cook a little bit in the cheese sauce and it's the perfect little bit of resistance. It's so good. I gotta give my mom this recipe. She would love this. See, Mom, I can pay my rent. I can make my own pasta. I can do it all on my own. You don't have to do anything, except pay for my healthcare, please. It's expensive. Now, I hope I've inspired you to get out there and Grow up your cooking style, just like me. This is really good. You should try this. This is so good. You want a bite? You can't have it. It's mine.